Okay, we are going to be looking at the element of art today called color. There are three different categories of color: primary, secondary, and tertiary. The primary colors are the first level of colors that we will talk about. These colors include red, blue, and yellow. On the color wheel, we have them as circles, and they are labeled with red, blue, and yellow, so you can color those in for yourselves. The second level of colors is called secondary. This includes green, orange, and purple. These are the colors that you create when you mix the two primary colors that are next to each other. So red and blue makes purple, red and yellow makes orange, and blue and yellow makes green. The third level are the tertiary colors. There are 6 of these. These colors are created when you mix a primary and a secondary that are next to each other together. These colors are named after the two colors that are used to create them. So you have red purple, red orange, yellow green, blue green, and blue purple. You always name the primary color first, followed by the secondary color. And this completes our basic color wheel. When we're talking about the properties of color, a basic color that's not mixed with anything, just a pure pigment, is called a hue, H-U-E. You can change the color by creating a shade if you add black, a tint if you add white. We can also make color schemes, which are just a planned group of colors. It's a way of organizing your work of art. So rather than using realistic colors, which are whatever exists in the real world around you, you limit the number of colors you use to create a more cohesive, unified piece of artwork. The color schemes we're going to look at are monochromatic. This is a type of color scheme that uses shades and tints of one color. The starter word mono means one, chroma means color, so one color, and these will be just the one color mixed with white or mixed with black. The next color scheme we're going to look at is complementary. Our complementary colors are the ones that are located opposite or across each other on the color wheel, so you have your pairing of red and green, blue and orange, purple and yellow. You can see from the 3 example pictures, by putting the 2 of these next to each other, both colors seem more vibrant. One of the fun tricks that you can do with complementary colors is this effect of visual color. And you can create an after image. It's a reaction that happens in your brain which creates the image of a complement of a color when the color is removed. So if you stare at the red square for about 30 seconds without looking away, you can blink. It's not going to move. It's not going to change. It's just going to say red square. And if I let this go for about 30 seconds, when I remove the square, you should be able to see a greenish, maybe a little bluish green square in the place of where the red square was. If not, you can always rewind this video and rewatch. So I've talked about it a little bit already, but color mixing is going to be a really important part of color. When you start with colors, you always start with a primary. These are the colors that cannot be created by mixing any other color together. If you need red, you have to have the pigment that makes red. You can't mix 2 other types of paint together to make it. In order to get a secondary, you take a primary and a primary. So, as I said, red and yellow makes orange, red and blue makes purple, blue and yellow makes green. If you want to create brown, which is a neutral color not existing on our color wheel, there are several different ways of doing it. You can take all 3 colors the primaries, mix them together, and they will make brown. You can take all of the secondaries and mix those together, and that will also make brown. And you can mix two pairs of complementary colors together to make brown. If you think about it, if you take red and green to make brown, green is created by yellow and blue, therefore red, yellow, and blue create brown. Same thing happens with all the rest of the colors. Anytime you're mixing two complementary colors, you're actually using all three primary colors. Just as anytime you mix all three secondaries, because they are made of the primaries, you're mixing all three primaries again, and that's why you get brown. And that's it for our notes on color.